Hi all. So today we will be learning about the basics of the chess from home itself. Okay, so at the beginning I will be informing you about the pawns, their structure and their movement, captures, etc. So basically we keep the pawns here. So first informing you about the board. So right and right should be white. That is the rule while keeping the board. So the pawn structure will look like this on the board. The pawns are positioned in the second here in the second row. Okay, so later on I'll be informing you about the name of the per squares. Okay, total there are 64 squares. I'll be informing you their names. Each square has a different name. Okay, in coming videos I'll be informing you, but now at the beginning we'll be just focusing on the pawns and their structure. So if we go and keep the black pawns, it will somehow look like this. Let's currently only focus on the pawn structure. Okay. Okay, so uh, while starting with the pawn, we can keep the pawn, we can move the pawn just for the one square, or even we can move it to two squares. Both things are possible. Okay, same goes with the black also. Even they can, your opponent can move the pawns to one square or even the two squares. Okay, okay, that depends on the position of the game. So this will be the movement. Pawn will always move straight. Okay, it will always move straight. Okay, so let's say now your pawn is here and opponent's pawn is here. Okay, so as I informed you before, the pawn will be moving only straight. So now your opponent has kept your pawn here, his or her pawn here. Okay, so we can capture your opponent's pawn like this. So at this time it will move diagonally. Otherwise pawn movement is always straight unless and until there is any captures. Unless and until there is any capture, it will not move diagonally. Only if there is any capture, it can move diagonally. Okay, thank you.